Hi, my name is Anthony Hines. For many years, I've worked in various large-scale companies in an area of information technology, and I've been able to use my experiences to help other people in their career, as well as help people when they're looking for a job, to help their job search to go along a lot smoother and a lot less lonely. Okay? What I try to do, people, is I try to help you to get out of the abyss of unemployment and help you to get moving so that you can reestablish your career, as well as, if you are working, to make your career skyrocket. I have two separate types of podcasts within my group. Some are career-oriented, where they help you with career-based tips, and those are subscription-based, while others are job search-based and also free, because I believe that job seekers need their money to spend for food and rent and don't need to be paying me. So reality is that I give away all of my job seeking tips for free to all job seekers, any and all, because I want to help you to get back working. Okay, my career stuff is subscribed. That's great. If you want to join, I appreciate it and I thank you. Today we talk about references. Let's talk about references, okay? References, people perceive references to be the icing on the cake at the end of the process in job search. While they are, you need to understand that they're really the filling of the cake, because the fact of the matter is, though you want to believe you are the greatest candidate in the world and that there is no competition and that there is no way you won't get this job because you are the greatest and you are the best, the hiring manager may not see it that way. Sad to say, and I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but the hiring manager may believe that there are two or three good candidates for the job and that the references, contacting the references, will make the final decision for them. Now again, the average person, when they are told by the hiring manager that they're checking references, you naturally think you're all set. Well, you know what? That's not always the case. Though you may be dancing around your house, thinking that you got the job and you are all set, you have to understand that references could be a comparison moment. So, what you have to do is never take your references for granted. Make sure that they are always in the loop regarding your job search and the jobs that you are interviewing for, so that if they are called, they know how to accent the reference based on your skills, okay? And you want to always make sure that your references are still okay with being references. Don't assume, he's known me for 20 years, he loves me, there's no doubt he won't be, or she won't be a reference, there's no doubt. People change. People move on to other positions. People change their lives, okay? And understand, sometimes people are too busy to be references, okay? Maybe it's nothing personal. Maybe they're just too busy and they're not going to be available to be a reference for you. But you need to know that so that you can update your list, right? Speaking of lists, is all your contact information correct? Are the titles and companies that your references work for, are they all correct? People leave jobs all the time. People change their phone numbers all the time. People change their email addresses that they check all the time. Remember, just because someone has an email address, it could be an old one that they never check anymore, right? So make sure all that contact information is correct. And if they have a work email address and have left the company, guess what? You are out of luck, right? But if you didn't check this information, you are going to be putting yourself at a disadvantage in the reference situation, right? Again, understand, a hiring manager could use this as the final decision maker and not just the last piece that we have to go through. that is no big deal. Believe me, you don't know what the hiring manager's doing here, right? This could be a comparison. So your reference has to be extremely positive about you, obviously. They have to be excited as you are about the job. They have to tailor the reference based on your skills, and they have to really be able to be contacted. Remember, even if the contact information is correct, what if they don't get back to the person, or if they're not available when the person calls? Sure, the person may wait a bit, but if they don't wait, they're not going to wait too long. So make sure your references are somewhat available, because they'll just go to the next candidate, people. They'll just go to the next candidate. I know you don't want to believe that, but you have to keep this aspect of your job search process in line, set with what you're applying for, ready to passionately defend you and your skills, able to tailor the reference to what your skills are versus the position. You have to prep them about the position and why you really like the job and why you're a great match, so that they can reiterate that. And you want to make sure that they're still on board, okay? Then you want to check your sheets, your reference document, or is it correct? Does it have the right contact information? Does it have the right title? Does it have everything to do with this person so that they're available? Believe me, people, if you're in the job search process, you never want to take this for granted, because this is a very important aspect for you finally closing the deal and getting the job. Okay? If you have any type of questions, what you want to do is you want to go out to the person who you're talking to, their LinkedIn profile, and write a recommendation in their profile for them. And then LinkedIn comes back and asks them to write a recommendation for you. That way, if they're not available, you can have that recommendation in your LinkedIn profile that you'll always have, that you bring to interviews, so that the person interviewing you can read what you're about. Okay? Very important aspect here. If the person is a great reference, fantastic. Try to get them to also write you a LinkedIn recommendation. Not the little terms in LinkedIn that talk about what you're good at. I'm talking about a paragraph about who you are and the great worker that you are. Remember, these people help to close the deal. So make sure they know what you're about. Make sure they know the passion. Make sure they know they can follow up on the skills you're presenting. Make sure that their contact information is correct. And make sure they're as into you getting the job as you are. Also, when I say have different sheets for different jobs, remember, different people in your work life have had different relationships with you. You have to maximize that during the reference process. Okay? So I want you to sit back and I want you to think about it. Again, we all think we're the greatest candidate, and there's no way we will not get this job, because we did a great job interviewing. We connected with the hiring manager, and there's no way that they're not going to hire me. Absolutely. And that may be true. If it is, congratulations. But everyone checks references. So if you're going to have references, make them work for you, make them the best way possible, make them give you the advantage, and make them maximize your skills. Because understand, people, when you really want that job, you want everything working for you. Okay, my name is Anthony Hines. Come and join my LinkedIn group, Anthony Hines Job Search and Career Help Now. Listen to my podcast, Anthony Hines Job Search and Career Help Now on Podbean. And check out my Facebook page, the Anthony Hines Job Search and Career Help Now Facebook page. One of my podcasts has all kinds of tips with an instructional podcast on how to use all of my tips. Check it out. Check out all my job search and career podcasts, because they're there for you, people. They're there for you because your career is your responsibility. And I want you to understand, the other real passion I have is that I want to end unemployment one person at a time. You can email me at ahines00001@gmail.com if you'd like, or comment on any of my podcasts. And I have one final request, people, and that is spread the word. Really, I'm begging you. There's a lot of people out there that can use help for their career or their job search that they don't really talk about. So feel free to spread the word about my podcast. Tell people who are a mess, who are really depressed, who are down about their job search, to come and listen about my job search tips, because everything I tell you is from my experience. It's not from some book. It's not from some person trying to get $7,000 from you. It is my experience. It is the things I went through when I was in transition, and it is these things are what I did to help to get my next job. Use these experiences, people, because they're there for you to use. Use everything I give you, because you never know when something I tell you is really going to help you and come in handy. Again, thank you, and have a great day, and please spread the word. Bye-bye now.